Joe Swail, good to see him back on the circuit, helped by that terrific performance last season. As I say, getting to the final of the Bull Hunter Classic, having dropped off the circuit. In fact, he wasn't going to play, but he entered a few PTCs, found a bit of form, and here he is, back on the tour. Shaun Murphy made an uncertain start to the season. He's got a new cue. His previous one, I believe, was damaged. Lost in the qualifiers for the Wuxi Classic. Lost second round in Australia, although he did lose to the eventual champion, Marco Fu. Another Joe alongside me, Joe Johnson. Good to see Joe Swail back again on the circuit.
Yes, absolutely. Been a great player, hasn't he, over the years? 113 he's ranked at the moment. But if he plays anything like he did last year, then he's got a very good chance of climbing up the rankings. Still a very good player, Joe Swail.
Well, if ever there was a false ranking position, that's it.
Well, he's got a good cue ball, but he's pushed a red right over the pocket. Black's tied up for the moment. Yes, I'll have to give Shaun a call and ask him about the cue, what really happened, because it was a beautiful cue he had. Over 60 years old. Players only have one cue all the career. Some other players, like our own Mark Allett, used to swap them in events.
Yes, there are some players who will only change the cue if they have to. Stephen Hendry did when his got broken. Peter Ebdon last season changed his cue and then changed it back again.
Well, don't see that often. Screwing off the pack and cue ball going back up towards board. Had that much screw on the cue ball. Brought the pink into play. And it is again that second kiss on the red. Very surprised to see the cue ball up there. It was a good split. Tough red to the right corner. Made to look easy.
13.
Just caught the red. Wanted to come round the back of the black, maybe finish up on the blue or one of the baulk colours. He's got to be careful. Got to hide that red closest to the left corner. Jaws of the blue, jaws of the green pocket should do that.
Shaun Murphy, 13.
Now, has he left the gap the way he's played it? It's still a tough pot. Joe looks like he's been away.
Well, he's been away, hasn't he? Full stop. He dropped off the professional circuit, didn't fancy the Q school, and didn't really practice, but entered a couple of PTCs and got to that final. came within a couple of matches of qualifying again for the Crucible. He did really well in the World Qualifiers. The World Qualifiers is where Murphy beat him in 2005, and of course he went on to win the title. But Joe Swail's won their other two meetings.
And this time, it's Shaun Murphy who's pushed the red over that left corner. It's going to be difficult to get to a colour here, though.
One.
In fact, it may be snookered.
Well, it doesn't look too promising.
Yellow ball.
Nominated the yellow.
Trying to come in behind it. Hasn't hit it hard enough, though. He hasn't left a free ball, has he?
Just spell one.
Looks like he has.
4. Free ball.
Never thought of that one, Joe. Oh no, the free ball. Well, nothing easy to pot. Wouldn't really want to put him back in. He could find himself snookered behind the yellow.
Yes, and of course you can't just tickle up to the free ball.
Well, that was a clever shot. Played the yellow, trying to leave himself on the green or the brown. At the same time, had he missed it, he hadn't left anything.
Shaun Murphy, 1.
A very confident attempt at the pot. Now, has he got away with it? That little kiss he got there on the red may have just saved him. No, he can get to the red.
1.
Well, all that might work in Joe Swail's favour, leaving the free ball, ultimately. He is twice a Crucible semi-finalist, was runner-up in the Welsh Open 2009 to Ali Carter. Been as high as 10th in the world, but his career has been pretty inconsistent. He's been up and down the rankings, in and out the top 16. But he's got a second chance here. He's back on the circuit. Determined, I'm sure, to make the most of it. Oh dear, didn't make the most of that.
Swail. 1.
Well, he's got away with it, I think. He's just holding his hand up.
Yeah, it's overcut the blue and very fortunate.
I suppose the one thing about these polo shirts they're wearing is you're not going to foul with the sleeve of your shirt. It's one less thing to worry about. Although of course bare arm is the is the same.
Just attempting to land up to this red.
Foul. No miss. Shaun Murphy 4.
So close, but not close enough. Nico de Vos is the referee.
Oh, it's definitely hard enough this time. In fact, it's a little too hard. Wanted to cover those reds into the middle. I'm sure Murphy may be tempted at this red. Play down for the blue and one of the baulk colours. Chance to win the frame here. Yes, it could take some getting used to, this cue. I know that it's okay to change your cue if you can always go back to your old one, but if you've lost your old one and you're forced into playing with one, it can sometimes affect your confidence in a different way. Big shot here, and he's played it well. Excellent pot from Joe Swail. He doesn't need the black in play. There's enough reds around the pink area.
Eighth. $14. 15. 21.
Deliberately held the pink spot.
$22.
No, thinks he got another kick there, but he's okay. There's a red just past the baulk line. Pink will go back on its own spot.
28. $29.
Played that one well. Could so easily have gone wrong, that one. A little shorter. He does look pretty sharp though, Joe Swail. Nice little cannon there.
35.
Pink doesn't go to the middle.
36.
And hasn't quite come far enough there. Wanted to be the other side of the pink, taking the cue ball towards the reds. And that's about as good as he could get on this red.
42. 43. 49. 50.
So the 50 up. Pink is going to put him 36 in front, so he's going to need another red as well.
Yes, if he can get directly behind this red, we'll roll into the middle. Like to be straight on it. That's okay. Just drop it in dead weight.
56.
Have a natural angle on the pink.
57.
The pink means he'll lead by 43, 35 on, so it's 2 4 points snookers to tie.
Yeah, maybe you can just push the black onto the cushion here. Send the red down the table.
Go Swail.
Well, that's just as good if he's got the snooker and frame.
Yeah, Murphy right down the line of that. He snookered, he needed a couple anyway, and he's seen enough. So a good 63 from Joe Swail. He's made a good start here. He leads Shaun Murphy in Rotterdam 1-0. Second European Tour event. The first was won by John Higgins in Bulgaria. He'll be playing tomorrow, as will Judd Trump, Mark Selby, Mark Williams, Stephen Maguire among the big names in action. But right now, Joe Swail, with that good 63, leads Shaun Murphy 1-0.
Yes, and not a good break-off from Shaun. Definitely a chance, this. Nicely played. Needs that cue ball to full ball kiss on the yellow. Didn't get it. So just the snooker. Had he caught the yellow full ball, he would have been on the brown.
Go Swail. 1.
What's that? They say, touch like an elephant. It's so difficult just to roll up to them sometimes. Good pot on the red. just a little hard in this positional play and a little hard for the snooker. But again, he's a little short, Shaun Murphy.
Shaun Murphy, who during the Australian Open in Bendigo was doing some TV commentary for the local TV station that was showing it. I wonder what he'd say about that one.
Yeah, well, he'd say he's a little fortunate. Didn't play in behind the brown, played that cue ball to the cushion. But they all count.
He's not a man, Shaun, usually lost for words. I'm sure, I didn't hear it, I've got to be honest, but I'm sure he went well.
Well, that's the one he played to hit. He got awfully close to the one near the cushion. And that was well judged. Yes, he's got a lot of ring craft, Joe Swail. Knows all about the game. Turned professional way back in 1991.
Yes, the very year that the last major event was played here in the Netherlands, the European Open, won by Tony Jones.
Foul. A miss. Joe Swail. 4.
Looked like it might just make it, but it didn't.
Doesn't want to catch that full in the face. He may leave the red onto the right corner.
Touching ball.
Well, it looks like he has left the red on. Yes, he just couldn't impart enough topspin onto the cue ball to come onto the black.
Joe Swail. 1.
You'd think with the enthusiasm he has for the game, the PTCs would be made for Shaun Murphy, and indeed they were the first year. He won the whole thing, the grand finals, but as I say, the last 2 years he's not qualified, which is surprising. Most of the top players were in Galway last season, but Shaun had to sit it out, which he wouldn't have enjoyed.
Oh, what about that for a pot?
He'll enjoy that one.
He needs a little kiss on the yellow, which he got.
You just expect him with so many events to come good in one, but it didn't happen last season, not to say it won't this season.
And I gotta say that I do enjoy seeing Shaun Murphy attack the balls like that. Such a great potter. And potting a red like that, especially if you score heavy from it, does wonders for your confidence. You'd like to get the blue back on its spot, but the yellow may be a better angle to come back down to the reds.
Yellow ball. Free.
Well, he is a heavy scorer. He made 33 centuries last season, and he gave £100 for each of them to the Royal Manchester Children's Hospital.
Oh.
But he won't be making one here.
Free.
Yeah, what a great gesture that was. He's full of heart, make no mistake. Gave £25,000 out of his prize money to his church when he won the World Championship. And that didn't go as planned.
Swail. One.
And Shaun Murphy will be very pleased it only cost him one. Be nice to try. I think he's going to cut this red into the corner. Be nice to pot it. The blue sat there waiting. And a good safety if you miss. Those are the kind of odds that you like.
You're right about Swail, though. It's a good word, ringcraft. He doesn't mind if it goes scrappy. He can win in bits and pieces if he has to. Wouldn't have liked that one, though.
Yes, caught that one too thick, and that could cost him. Black will go to the left corner. And that's where he may just fail a little nowadays. When he's in the long grass. And he's trying to catch the reds thin as you like. Just sometimes catches them a little too thick or too thin. The eyesight not what it used to be.
Well, of course, his celebrated compatriot, Dennis Taylor, as he was getting older, his eyesight deteriorated and he wore glasses, and a lot of people thought he looked pretty funny. Well, of course, he had the last laugh, quite literally, when he won the World Championship. So another chance for Shaun Murphy.
$16. $17.
He had one of those seasons where he was really consistent but just didn't win a trophy. A lot of semi-finals, a couple of finals as well.
25.
Just nudged another red out there. deliberately left this one short so he could open some more reds.
32.
Left hand side on the cue ball. Take it down the table, but it hasn't landed in a favourable position. Very difficult to get back down to the reds now. Maybe play the snooker in behind the pink. Just touch the yellow. Thinking of leaving the cue ball on the cushion. This is the shot that Joe caught too thick. He knew it as soon as the cue ball had left the tip of his cue.
Shaun Murphy, 33.
Well, that's not a bad shot. He's put the blue safe, trying to get the snooker in behind the brown. Giving himself some insurance in case Joe Swail gets back to a scoring position. Well, again, that hasn't gone according to plan. Another chance for Shaun Murphy.
Well,
it's just a bit of an uphill battle at the moment.
Well, he chose not to play for the black, but the black did go. Another chance to put another colour safe.
green ball. Shaun Murphy, 1.
Yes, he's only 30 points in front, Shaun Murphy, so he's got to be careful. Still plenty of reds left. That was an excellent safety shot. Played it with left-hand side on the cue ball to avoid the cannon on the red. And what a great safety shot that was. He played it that way. deep trouble for Joe Swail.
Foul, the miss. From Murphy 4.
Well, that's a
Foul,
little
miss.
closer.
From Murphy 4.
Just got to get a little closer to the black.
Foul, the miss. From Murphy 4.
Well, they're just 3 points, aren't they, for Murphy? That's 12 that he's been gifted.
It's a tough snooker. He's just got to take the chance of hitting the black. That's better. That's an excellent escape. And although it has cost him 12 points, it hasn't cost him the frame. Attempted to put that red on the cushion, which he's managed to do, and he's managed to hide it as well. That's a pretty good safety. He could have sent the red on the cushion, the one behind the black, could have sent that up the table. A little bit more insurance for Shaun Murphy there, with the brown going closer to the cushion. Doesn't really want to bring that red away from the right side cushion. Where's it going to finish? How about that? He's not out of the woods yet, though.
Grimble. From Murphy 1.
Again, he's in trouble here, Joe Swail. 43 points behind, and that red over the pocket. He's either got to move it or try and hide it.
Yes, he appears to have some sort of twinge in his neck or his shoulder.
Didn't manage to move it.
43 in front, 59 on.
One.
Well, he's thinking of taking the blue on. Well, the red sat there waiting if it goes in, but it's a dangerous shot to play. That's his bit of insurance. He could roll in behind the green again, play the same shot he just played a moment ago, coming off the baulk cushion. Nicely played.
So the red, snooker's required.
6.
Actually, he may need a colour. Oh no, there's only 3 reds left.
Yes, well, he's toughed it out, hasn't he, in this frame? He's had to.
7.
Oh, that's handy. So if you can just knock this blue in, which he's surely going to, then it's going to be 1 each.
Yes, Swail caught a couple of safety shots a little thick. And he's paid the price.
Well, he's a pretty patient sort, Shaun Murphy. He knows he will have to be against Swail. He can make it tough, but he's got himself on the scoreboard. The winner will play Ricky Walden. Hello. Well, that's to say the least careless.
Swail. 6.
Still heavy favourite for the frames, 50 in it.
Shaun Murphy.
In fact, he's such a heavy favourite that Swail had conceded. I thought for a moment he might just give it a go there, but he's seen enough. So we're all square at 1 apiece. Swail then to break in frame 3, 1 apiece with Shaun Murphy first to 4. Ooh, reached the last 32. That's not a good break-off shot.
No, he didn't make a good one first time round either. Very nearly went in off. And can count himself fortunate he hasn't left something a lot easier than this. Tough red to the middle. Oh, nicely played. He's in.
Well, he's more than capable, of course, of switching it up and knocking in big breaks, and that's certainly how he prefers to play. We saw on the graphic before the frame started his highest break just 33. I'd be surprised that's how it remains. Certainly if he were to win the match, I suspect it'll go up.
Yes, and Shaun Murphy will be wanting to make Swail pay for that mistake.
16.
He knows that's when it hurts, when you're sat in your chair watching your opponent make
17.
a big break from your mistake, unforced error.
Well, this is only a game, of course. Ultimately, there are more important things going on, and I can tell you that Ali Carter has just tweeted that he's got the all clear. He's been having treatment for testicular cancer. He's got the all clear, so what great news that is. He said he'll be back at the Shanghai Masters.
Terrific news.
24.
Wish him all the best. Well, that didn't go as planned. He had a lot of topspin on the cue ball, but not enough to take it through all the reds.
Green ball.
This looks good.
Shaun Murphy, 25.
Excellent shot. And that's what Joe Swail tried to do in the last frame when he tried to go behind the yellow. He's misjudged this one. Trying to land up to the red by the pink spot.
One.
So, second chance.
Six.
Played that terrific match at the Crucible against Judd Trump that went the distance, 13-12 in the quarterfinals.
7.
Very entertaining player to watch when he's playing at his very best.
$14. 15.
Yes, he could have done with just coming a little further down onto the black.
$22.
He's just missing too many
22.
easy ones for me, Shaun Murphy. I don't know if that's down to the cue, confidence, or the pain in his shoulder maybe.
Well, there's clearly something there, isn't there? Keeps on feeling. It does look like his shoulder, his left shoulder.
One.
Well, he certainly doesn't want the pink to spot.
Well, the ref's on his Christmas card list. Murphy's had 2 chances, remember, in this frame.
8th.
Not guaranteed to get another one.
$14. 15. 21. 22.
Yes, he caught the cannon too thin. Wanted a thicker contact on the red. Should have kept that cue ball away from the cushion. This is a real pressure black now. Well, he'll settle for that. On the red to the left middle.
29.
Not sure if he can hold for the pink, but the brown or the yellow would be okay. Come back down for the reds.
$30.
Well, they have to be the green. The wrong side of the blue.
$35. 36.
He never makes it easy on himself, Joe. That's been his career, really. But what a fighter he is. What a chance this is now to retake the lead.
41. 42. 47. 48.
So it's yellow to blue.
50.
Yes, and doesn't he look sharp?
52.
Although he's underhit that one. Struggling with the cue. Just a little too sticky with the air conditioning. And this isn't easy to hold for the brown. He could be taking a chance on the in-off in the left middle. Good pot. But he's overdone it.
55.
No way to get to the blue from there.
Amazing, isn't it? He's so frustrated when he's on the yellow, he looks a certainty.
That's a good pot.
59.
And he's given himself a chance at this blue. Not easy.
In some ways it would be a typical Joe Swail frame, this. As I say, he doesn't make it easy on himself, but you wouldn't put it past him to knock this in.
Yes, by the same token, that brown, that good brown, could have cost him the frame.
He'll be very disappointed not to have done enough there. 59 the break, 12 in front. Blue stays out.
The full 12 feet. Good safety. Well, he could try and get the cue ball in behind the black, but he may leave the blue on if he plays that shot. Doesn't want to push it onto the cushion. Oh, so nearly went in the middle. How can Murphy be tempted with this blue? He needed to get closer to the pocket than that. Wanted the blue to stay down this end of the table. He does seem to be struggling with his shoulder though.
So after all that, the blue goes in.
5.
And Shaun Murphy needs a snooker, and look where the black is. Not great, is it? Well, it's even worse now. He's knocked the pink in. So after all that, Joe Swail does take the frame. Shaun Murphy is struggling with that shoulder. He got some sort of twinge or something, and you've got to think that's having an effect here. Swail leads 2-1.
And once again, he doesn't get that cue ball close enough to the baulk cushion. Leaves this same red on to the left corner. He knocked it in last time. He's knocked it in again, and this time he is short of the baulk line.
5.
Ideally, he'd like to be on the red nearest the black. And he's on it.
6.
Yes, even though he didn't clear up in one go in the last frame, he looked really sharp, I thought, as he went around the table. It was just that one shot from yellow to green that did him in, but anyway, he did win the frame eventually.
Needs a good kiss.
14.
And it could have been better. That second kiss on the red there took the cue ball back down this end of the table. He was playing up for the blue. Oh, he hasn't hit it hard enough.
Swail, 14.
Played to block the pocket in case he missed it, but caught it much too thin and not hard enough. There is a red to the baulk corner, but it's not easy. Well, that was all or nothing.
Well,
Pink may have to go onto the black spot.
seven. 8.
The black will go behind the pink, but it will still go in both corners, although the pink won't.
$15. 16.
Joe's been around more than long enough to know that you've got to make hay while the sun shines in this game. His opponent struggling.
23.
So this is the time to keep him in his seat, keep the pressure on.
24.
Still got a loose red he can play for, but if he does go into them, it'd be hard to see him not being on a red. Although there is no guarantees. Could have been better.
29.
Had he played that cannon slower, he would have definitely been on the red to the right corner. Just a little too hard, that cue ball going across. The red may go to the left corner, but it's a real difficult one. He's thinking of playing for the black, but yeah, well, that's a good shot. Pink goes as well. Wow, he's stroking the ball very well, Joe Swail.
36.
And it's true, isn't it, of all the Northern Irish players, they've all got terrific fight in them. We saw it, of course, with Alex Higgins, Dennis Taylor. We saw it in Mark Allen. And it's true of this guy as well. So determined.
37.
Yeah, just gone a little too far for comfort on the blue. The red next to the pink will go to the left corner. He could also go into them. Decided to go into them, and he'll be very unfortunate if he isn't on anything. Well, he is on something, but nothing easy to get to a colour. This red will go, but no guarantees.
43.
And that's just gone as awkward as it could. Lots of right-hand side on the cue ball, and that was a good recovery shot. Nicely on the red, just needs the red.
Typical Joe Swail, this. But he looks like he's got there.
49.
Great battling effort again.
He's definitely played the better of the two, hasn't he? Made 63 and a 59, and this one.
Yes, he's been given openings, but he's starting to make the
55.
most of them, that's for sure. Another half century. And big trouble for Murphy, who doesn't look quite right. Well, it's three snookers. Will he play on this time? I think he will.
55.
So 55. Shaun Murphy needs three snookers, otherwise it's 3-1.
I'd like to leave the red closest to the pink. That's a guaranteed snooker.
8. Nine.
Well, he played for the red and could have easily played up for the red by the blue.
16.
Although it was a similar scenario, but...
Well, he's also hit it, which he didn't mean to do. He needs to get on a big colour off it, so he's taking this one.
Yeah, it probably did him a favour hitting that red. Now he can play the snooker. And he can make sure it's a good one if he can get that cue ball in the right place. Try and push the red behind a colour for the free ball. if he could play this
24.
red onto the yellow, close to the yellow,
John Murphy.
and made sure of the snooker, and that's a pretty good snooker. The blue looks to be in the way, coming off the one cushion escape. First thing Joe Swail should be thinking about here is don't leave a free ball. Then how to hit the red.
Foul.
That's one of them.
John Murphy 4.
He's thinking, oh, I'm not going to put myself through this, surely.
Well, that would have been another good one, and that cue ball finished tight on the blue.
Intriguing match going on on the other tables. Tony Drago against Rod Lawler, 3-3 in the decider. Talk about tortoise versus hare.
Yeah, contrast.
Clash of playing styles. Meanwhile, it's the other guy that needs the snookers.
Yeah, he's got to hit this really to have any chance whatsoever. And it's not easy to hit.
Oh, is it the pink as well?
Joe Swail
47 in it now, with 35 on. Tall order, although if the red stays on the table, there's still hope. But it's going in. Terrific pot that from Swail. So he's going to need one more frame to cause something of an upset. Just in terms of where the two players have been in their careers the last few years. Joe Swail having dropped off the tour, back on this season.
8.
Won a lot of matches from
11.
positions where he's been on the brink of defeat. In this match, he's on the verge of victory. We'll see how he gets on in the next frame, whether he can kill it off. He's queuing pretty well, I think.
Yes, very well indeed.
He's made 3 half centuries, 63, 59, 55. He Needs to put together one more good frame and he'll be through to the last 32 later tonight.
36.
Nicely done. Nicely done by Joe Swail. He, as I say, now on the verge of victory. It would be a great win for him this. He leads Shaun Murphy, the world number 4, by 3 frames to 1. Shaun Murphy, his break-off shots have not been too clever in this match. Oh, is it the blue this time?
Yes. I think he needs to go to the practice table, Joe, and just play a few break-offs. He's made a mess of all of them. And this is a gift for Shaun Murphy, just what he needed. Red goes to the left middle.
Eight.
But needs to leave an angle in potting this red to be able to disturb the reds.
9.
And that looks just about right. Didn't hold back there. But once again, he can get this red to the right corner, but not easy to get onto a colour. Oh dear, oh dear.
16.
Tried to hold for the black and forgot about potting the red. Doesn't want that second red to go in. That would have been nice to stay out of the pocket. But still got a few reds he can play for.
Yes, the man known as the Outlaw, looking to fire a few final shots here.
And to hit that one, played for the reds into the left middle.
9.
He's going to have to take it to the baulk corner.
He's got great nerve, Joe, great heart as well. Kind of get the feeling this is not going to be straightforward. It's not to say he won't win it here, though.
Well, he didn't really go into them with any conviction there. He had a nice angle to open them up. This red is potable to the left middle, but it's a tough pot, and he's just checked to see if he'll be leaving the red on to the right middle. Should he go for it? No, it was never easy, and obviously the red doesn't go to the right middle, or he wouldn't have played it like that. Dead on the cushion behind the black, leaves his opponent in trouble. That looked to be a big bounce off the cushion. Oh, how close was that? That was definitely a chance to win. Yeah, that close. Great pot. And he's given himself a really good chance here with the red spread like they are. Just seemed to detect a little bounce in the step there from Shaun Murphy.
Well, we said it as well. I think it's true of Murphy as well. When he's back into the wall, he comes out fighting. He did that against Ali Carter in the UK Championship semi-finals last season, 8-4 down. Produced 5 terrific frames to win 9-8.
Probably the best 5 I've seen him play.
$17. $19. $20.
Well, he may have to play for the ready nearest the cushion. Would have liked to have come down the table for the open reds.
$23. $24. $26. $7.
It's a bold red that Joe Swail attempted to the green pocket. Could have won in the match, but it didn't go in. Good chance for Murphy to close to 3-2.
$34.
This is his highest break of the match.
$35.
Black and another red, and it should be 3-2. Oh.
Would you believe it?
35.
Caught that near knuckle. I still thought it was going to go in, but the black stayed out. How can Joe Swail force this red past the black? If he catches it cushion first, every chance that the red will go in. And if he plays it a little steady, it won't knock the black too far away. It'll be on the black next shot. That's the right speed. Oh, well, it went in without it. What a bonus. I think he attempted to cannon into the reds, but it did look like this red behind the pink, directly behind the pink, would go to the right corner. You can't take it on from there. And it's difficult to get safe.
Swail.
He's happy.
8.
So 26 in it, Murphy the man in front in the frame, but of course, you know, there's potentially one mistake here, could be end of match. Joe Swail 3-1 up in the match. Oh.
Well, not if he pots one and gets a good kiss. And it looks like he's pulled one back. What a great pot this was.
Well, it's what he does. He's such a terrific long potter, Shaun Murphy. So he's 32 in front. This red snooker's required.
6.
Well, the red certainly deserved to win the frame. He's not out of it yet, Shaun Murphy.
Twelve. 14. 17. 17 and Fred.
So Shaun Murphy with that terrific long ready knocked in has won the 5th frame, and the match continues, and it's all on the next one now. If he can force a decider, obviously the pressure all transfers to Joe Swail.
Yes, that little flick on the brown there has put Joe Swail in trouble. Where's it going to finish? Well, not too bad for Joe Swail. Had the red kiss the cue ball. Could have left it on. Good safety by Shaun Murphy. Caught it a little thick. But it's not too bad. He's covered the reds that are closest to that right corner pocket. No idea where the reds are going to finish, but he knew where the white was going to finish. And that was a good escape from a difficult situation from Shaun Murphy. Didn't play to pot anything, he was just trying to get that cue ball back towards that baulk cushion. Some good stuff coming out from both players here. Well, he went for the pot, and it could be his last shot. Had to get that one. He knew that the cue ball was cannoning into the reds.
So Joe Swail has had 3 half centuries in the match. He's in frame 6.
Yes, with the reds nicely spread.
Eight.
Oh, I thought it was going to take the red into the right corner there for a second. Must have had maximum in mind. But surely this is the red to take.
Nine.
And again, I didn't think he could hold the cue ball the right side of the blue there. He's managed to hold it the wrong side.
Fourteen.
Well, it was never easy.
Go Swail.
It was always missable, and that was simply because he got the wrong side of the blue the last time round. A little bit of movement on his bridge hand. So Shaun Murphy in with another shout.
One.
And normally, this is normally a gift for Shaun Murphy. He'd score heavy here. But he is struggling a little bit with his shoulder.
Six. Seven.
And the red closest to the right corner is the one that frees the black into both pockets. Hasn't quite hit it hard enough. May have to go for the blue again.
13.
And if he can play a cannon to the red just to the left of the pink, that would surely leave him on choice of reds. Didn't want to catch the pink first though, and that was a mistake.
18. Jumbo.
Well, he's had a good look where he wants the cue ball to be.
Shaun Murphy. 18.
Well, they've each had a chance in this frame, and neither made too much from it.
Well, he's left Joe Swail with a chance at this red to the right corner. It's a tough pot. Well, that wasn't the red I meant, but it was awfully close to it. I'll be quite happy with the result. Hasn't left anything easy for Shaun Murphy. Again, that's a misjudgment of pace. Or maybe you caught the red a little too thick. Well, these are the type of shots you've got to get. Great pot.
Wow.
Absolutely great pot. Cued it so well.
Got to play another match tonight if he wins, but he'd rather that than be making plans to go home.
Seven.
Good chance now to force the decider.
$15. 22. 23. 30. 31. 38. 39.
So the black, putting 50 in front, another red and a colour. Joe Swail needs snookers.
Well, I was about to say he's landed awkward on the black there. Had to play with a lot of right-hand side, and it's not over yet.
46.
Very nearly missed the black there. He could play this red to the right corner, try and get in behind the brown. Well, no attempt to get in behind the brown, and this is definitely a chance now for Joe Swail. Yeah, that close.
50 behind. Still a possible 59 on the table, as you can see there.
Yeah, you could try and hold for the black here, or play the cannon to the two reds. Just trying to hold for the black.
Oh.
And in doing so, he's caught it too thick, and what a gift for Shaun Murphy.
Well, I think we can say with some certainty that he's not going to miss this one. Oh, what a let-off.
Well,
so just the black should be 3-3. Well, he'd like one more red. It's 2 snookers at the moment. Not there.
No, he missed it in the same place earlier. Similar type of shot. So 2 snookers required.
well. Eight. Nine.
Green and brown in a very good place for snookers.
Joe Swail. 16.
Just a little heavy. Good chance here. And to get that cue ball tight in behind the brown. Oh, he hasn't caught it thin enough. Well, he's got the snooker, but that isn't how he played it. Pink looks to be in the way of coming off the one cushion. Think of the free ball. That's another good one. That's a good snooker. Again, think of the free ball. If he plays this at speed and misses it, it's a free ball. If he plays it slow and misses it, he's snookered again. Next shot. It's a free ball.
Foul. Swail 4.
I can't believe he played it at that speed, but he took the risk, and now it's a free ball, and Joe Swail can win. Needs a colour off the free ball, of course, but what a great chance now for Joe Swail.
Pace he played it. It was always going to be a free ball if he missed it.
Well, he played the last one when he escaped from the snooker. Okay, he hit the red, but had he missed it, it could have been a free ball.
Well, it's down to this man now. Joe Swail has his chance. And you know, we've seen players, he needed 2 snookers when all this started. We've seen players give up at that point in matches. It just shows you do have a chance.
Absolutely, David. You've got to play on. If there's a red left on the table, even if it's 3 or 4 snookers, it's still possible with a free ball. So this is the shot. This is the key shot.
7.
It's not easy, this, but he could play to stun behind the black in case he misses it. And he has missed it.
Joe Swail. 7.
How close was that? He hasn't covered it either. What a let-off for Shaun Murphy.
Well, he'd be so relieved, wouldn't he, Shaun Murphy? So it looks like we're going into a decider after all. Yes, relief, I think, is the emotion.
10.
That was a kick, but it doesn't really matter at this
Murphy
point.
done.
The frame is
Open
over.
set.
Joe Swail remains in his seat. So Murphy, well, it was a bit of a scare, but he has taken the 6th frame. Joe Swail couldn't clear up after the free ball. And it means we've got one more frame for you today. It's Shaun Murphy 3, Joe Swail 3.
Well, that's interesting. He's broke off from the different side of the pack. Took the cue ball down behind the green, which is the traditional way. Good safety. Found the line of the shot.
Touching ball.
Well, he's had a good look, but dead on the cushion behind the yellow looks a favourite to me. That was an attacking shot Joe Swail played there. And now it's down to Shaun Murphy if he can knock this red in. Could have a good chance winning this decider. He looked to have got a kick there. So, similar scenario for Joe Swail. If he can knock this red in, finish on the black, good chance. Well, screwed it in, play for the blue. And he's the right side of it just. Tremendous shot that from Joe Swail. I thought if he'd have played for the black, he wasn't leaving anything on. Well, I'm not sure what he played there. I think he may have played for the red just to the left of the black spot. Well, that's probably the worst positional shot I've seen him play this evening. Wasn't difficult to get down onto the reds.
Goes well. 6.
Disappointed. Tremendous opening red. Oh, as was that. Needs to come out of balk.
Bump.
And it has done. So Shaun Murphy gets his chance.
Yes, he hasn't been at his best in the match, but his long potting has been particularly strong, and it's got him in again here. He was at 71% before the frame began. 7 out of 10 for long pots, and he takes a lot on, so that's a pretty good percentage.
Well, if he can go into the pack from the yellow here, bring the black and pink into play. That's what he's played. How's your luck? He's on a red, he's freed the pink.
3.
No holding back. That's the point about that match with Ali Carter I mentioned at the UK Championship, the semi-final. He really went for it. Couldn't have tried any harder. Forced his way into all those last 5 frames that he won. Made big breaks in all of them.
The red won't go to that right corner pocket. There's a red just blocking it going in there. If he can take that red, the one that's stopping the black going in the right corner. Go up for the blue. Or the pink. If it goes. But more importantly, the black will then go into that right corner. A little pacey. So may have to take the yellow. Left-handed player would take the brown. Well, not the
13.
Ideal place to land the cue ball. Played for this red to the left corner, but wanted to be a little closer to it. Never easy.
Murphy, 13.
Has he covered it? He has. So a little fortunate.
Yes, he doesn't show that much emotion, but be annoyed. He's had 2 chances now to get going in this decider. Still anyone's match then, just 7 points in it.
Yes, he's concerned about leaving that red on the left side of the table, so didn't take the cue ball back down towards Bork, but he may have left one on to the left middle. Shaun could take this one on and try and play that cue ball near the right middle pocket. That way he doesn't leave anything on. If he misses it, chance of winning if it goes in. Well, he didn't play the safety option, the one I suggested, and it could be costly. He put all his eggs in one basket there.
Seven.
Well, he did
Eight.
well to manoeuvre the cue ball there, and that's freed the black. The red directly below the pink would be a good ball to play for. Although doesn't need to. Could play for the one by the black spot.
$13. $14.
Well, a good split here would put in favour. Can he see the red to the middle? Think he can.
21.
It was at the Paul Hunter Classic last year where he reached the final. He beat Shaun Murphy in the last 16 there in Germany. And that really was the first sign of his resurgence.
$22.
Well, Murphy's had a couple of chances, but he's back in that chair right now, wondering what's going to happen next. It's up to Joe Swail.
Yes, it's not straightforward yet though. The pink doesn't spot, so it will go directly behind that red. And that's tied all those reds up.
28.
Nothing he can do but just sit there and wait, hope. And he gets another chance. So left a nice angle on the black to disturb the reds. And he played it well. But has he pushed that red safe?
36.
Played the cannon to the red. Here it is again. Played the cannon to that red, fully expecting to be on the middle of those three reds.
Swail, 36.
So Joe Swail's made 36, lost position. He leads by 29 in this decider.
Yes, he's pushed the black safe, but if Shaun Murphy does get in, he won't need it. Can win the frame with pinks and blues.
Well, someone who has come through in a decider is Martin O'Donnell, 4-3 over Marcus Campbell, and I'm pretty sure he was 3-0 down there, so that's a great recovery from Martin. Resident coach at the Royal Automobile Club in London, and I can tell you for nothing, you wouldn't get in there with wearing just a t-shirt.
Yes, we played as seniors there once, and what a terrific venue.
It's on Pall Mall. Still play going on a few of the other tables, not too many now. Stuart Bingham's in a decider with Hamad Mir, who's a Q School graduate this year.
Well, he's left a shot to nothing for Joe Swail. Cue ball will be going back towards Bork. There's a possible safety if he misses it. Caught it much too thick. And he's left Shaun Murphy with a similar type of shot, a little bit thinner. That full ball kiss on the brown has left a half chance for Shaun Murphy. Good pot, but not a good kiss. Although no prizes for guessing what's coming next.
Rumble.
Get out of that one. That is big trouble for Joe Swail. This has got to be a hit and hope. Maybe into the jaws of the pocket. Try and send the cue ball down the table. Where it's going to go, well, nobody knows.
Well, all I can say is good luck.
least the ref knows where the cue ball's going to go if he needs to replace it.
Well, if you could have picked the white up and thought, "Oh, what's the worst place I could put this cue ball from my point of view?" It's probably where it is now.
Foul.
How close was
Murphy
that?
4.
No miss called. Because he got so close to that.
Referee deciding it was such a difficult snooker to get out of that it's not a miss.
Now, you won't see that often, people, that's for sure. But that was a good call by the referee, I thought.
It's a controversial area, I think, because you could ask the question, well, what's the point then in laying a really good snooker? Anyway, he's potted one, he's in. Can he finish it here? He's still behind in the frame, of course.
Yes, and the two reds behind the pink spot. Not sure if they go.
Four.
Yes, the red goes to the middle.
Nine.
Oh, how did that not drop in? But what a great chance for Joe Swail now.
Just stayed out. So 15 points in front, Swail.
So close.
One.
Needs both of these reds with colours.
Three. Four.
Just the right side of the blue and just where he wants to be. I think he can just drop in behind the red, take it to the middle. If not, then he'll have to stun to the cushion. found another way, and he's right behind this red to the baulk
9.
corner. Big shot.
Well, great pot in the circumstances, and this blue means that Murphy needs a snooker. It's been a battle, it often is, but I tell you what, he doesn't lack for guts, does he? Blue's in. Looks like it's Joe Swail after all that is going through. He's 3-1 up, of course. Murphy forced what
15.
proved to be a tense decider.
17.
He was in all sorts of trouble when he was up behind the brown, but the miss wasn't called. Murphy did have a chance, didn't take it.
20.
Joe Swail, who dropped off the circuit, spent a year as an amateur, but has got back on, determined to make the most of his reprieve. And he's,
Swail, 20.
barring snookers, he's going to be through to the last 32 here in Rotterdam. 35 behind Shaun Murphy, so he needs 4 snookers on the brown, 3 on the blue.
And the ball's not in a good position.
He's nearly there, just got to be careful. Doing the maths. He knows it's 3
4.
on the blue.
Well, he needs that black away from the cushion.
Shaun Murphy, 4.
Say it ain't so, Joe.
It ain't so.
Whew, bit close for comfort. Well, life would be boring if everything was easy. Now then, knock the blue in, and that should be that. In it goes. A good win from the battling Joe Swail. I'm sure many people fancied Shaun Murphy as favourite when he came back to force the decider, but it's Swail who goes through, a winner by 4 frames to 3.